Hello, my name is Mavi. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the secret about the Airbrush Flawless Filter Foundation, and also I'm going to be comparing these two colors. Is that something that you're interested? Keep on watching. Alright, so the secret about the Flawless Filter Foundation is that actually you don't need to use that much. It has a lot of coverage. So when you find these kind of foundations when the pigmentation is high, then you can even blend it with your favorite moisturizer and you will end up with a nice lightweight foundation. This foundation claims to be a long wear foundation, claims to be also water resistant. It claims to be a foundation that it will leave pretty much your skin flawless. And I have to testify by this. I'm telling you right now, it's long wearing, it has a lot of coverage, and it's very lightweight, which I really like. My face is completely clean. Also recommend with this type of foundation that you do a mild micro exfoliation. That really helps you to remove any excess of oils and build up from your makeup from the day before. So it's really good. As always, my face has been really moisturized. Right now that it's winter time, my face tends to get really dry. I moisturize double sometimes. And I did my brows. I do have a video on my brows, so if you want to check it out, I'm going to link it down below or probably around here. I believe everyone should have like at least two colors. Why? Because over the summer you get tan, right? And then when you're transitioning into winter, you lose your tan. The two colors that I use in this foundation particularly, it's 5.5 neutral for my winter time and 7.5 neutral for my summertime. For me, which I fall in neutral, I tend to be more olive, as you can see. And how can you tell? Well, I am tan, but I do show some, pinkish hues on my cheeks and in other parts of my skin. In other brands, sometimes I find that the neutral color tends to be a little bit pinkish, even though it claims to be neutral. And in other brands, it says neutral and it's very olive, to the point that you can see the green. The neutral from Charlotte Tilbury, it tends to be a little bit warm, but not too much, which is perfect for me. And the warm undertone in this foundation, it really is very golden. The way you're gonna find out what foundation works for you is going to be by trial and error. You need to constantly swatch and see what you like the most. If your foundation is a bit lighter, you don't have to worry because you can bronze it out. And if your foundation is a bit darker, you can always lighten it with concealer. So I'm gonna show you how these two foundations look on my face. And I'm gonna also swatch them on my arm because, as you can see, my arm is very dark. I tend to get really dark over the summer. A great way to really test your foundation is kind of like trying in this area and bringing it down. If it really disappears on your skin, you probably find your perfect match. So let's see, I'm gonna add one tiny like this, and this is, by the way, 5.5, and I'm going to swatch it like this. Now it looks really light, so let's see if by blending it I can get it to disappear. What do you guys think? Kind of disappears on my skin, right? You see? This could be a really good match right now. Let's try the other one on the other cheek. Alright, so this one is 7.5, and also when you do this, try to be close to a window so you can see natural light. So I'm gonna bring it down like this. Look at this undertone. It's very warm actually, but you can see also the olive undertone. If I keep on blending it, it might work. But I think right now I'm a little bit lighter. It really blends too, as you can see. But it's a little bit darker. If I were to show my arms, then maybe I will use this foundation. But because I'm gonna be bundled up, I think I can go with the lighter foundation, or I can mix both. Also, I would like to swatch it on my arm. So this one is the 5.5, and as you can see, this one against my arm, it looks really light. And I'm going to do just a tiny bit, 7.5, and I'm gonna, all right. I'm going to blending now. So you can see this one, this is my summertime shade, like I said. And probably I could get, you know, I could go a little bit darker, but you know. And this one is the 7.5, which as you can see, it kind of disappears, but you can tell that it's a little bit lighter. But look at this. They both kind of disappear on my arm, which is amazing. I recommend always starting with a color corrector. Charlotte Tilbury has this one over here, which is number 2, very peachy, but other brands, they have it as well. So I'm going to apply the color corrector because this is going to help me to cancel any discoloration, any darkness around my eyes. You can tell right away, right? So I'm going to do this first. Okay, so as you can see, this is already lightened. And again, you don't need to get this one. If you like another brand, I mean, by all means, go ahead and use it. I 100% recommend this one though. It's very good. The key for this foundation again is that you don't need to use a lot. And the second key part is to have a very moisturized face. I decided to go with a 5.5. I'm going to use probably a half pump, not even a pump. This is how much I use. Very little. And I'm gonna grab it with my brush, barely dipping on that, and I'm just going to dab like this and distribute all the product like that. Continue blending. Not pressing too much. You don't need to press that much. Just make sure everything is blended. When your face is moisturized, allows you to move the foundation very easily. It really moves around. And as you can see, immediately it gives me a really nice coverage, but you can see still my freckles. My forehead tends to be a little bit darker than the rest because obviously it gets more sun there. So don't forget to really blend it well. Whatever I have left, I usually like to bring it here on my eyes. And look, you still have some foundation here. I haven't used it all. You can always build it too. If you need more coverage in some areas, you can do that. And always bring it down. You always have leftovers, but you don't want to place a lot because again, you want to keep the skin light. So there you go. I like that it cancels all the redness. It even my whole face. It gives the illusion that my skin is like this naturally. I mean, but that's the whole point, you know what I mean? I'm actually going outside so you can see how it actually looks on the direct sunlight. And this is how my skin looks like. It's truly amazing. All right, so I'm outside and as you can see, I'm not wearing any powder. I'm not wearing any other than the foundation and obviously here when I put the corrector, but other than that I'm not wearing any bronzer, no, not even powder, nothing. So this is how it looks. Can you see how it's all even out, but at the same time you can see my freckles? That's my neighbor's dog and that's Olivia. But anyway, if I get closer here, and look at how it matches my neck. So with the bronzer and the powders and the blush and everything, it's gonna look really nice. One more look here. Very skin-like, which I love. Alright, so I'm back. I'm gonna do the rest of my face. I'm gonna be using Charlotte Tilbury products that maybe you're interested. But I started already with my eyeliner, which is not a Charlotte Tilbury product, and it takes longer. That's why I did it first. Shade number 1. So I'm gonna powder this, and I like to powder underneath. Now you might ask, are you gonna wear concealer? I don't think I need it. If I do need it, I will add it, but why would I add another layer and create more, you know, cakiness and stuff like that? That's why I love this foundation, because it covers everything. Like, I don't really need a concealer. And plus, the color corrector is kind of like a concealer. I really love the Film Star Bronze and Glow. It's very well loved, as you can see. So I'm gonna do like all over the face color. Don't forget under the chin and your temple. People call it a 3. You see? But anyway, like that. I like to use a blender brush, and I dip on my bronzer like that, and just focus it right here. A little bit right here with the same brush. Don't forget to connect it right here and blend your lines. I like to use a little bit of this highlighter, and I like to press it right here. Now, Hello Talk medium blush. This one right here. If you're like my skin tone, be gentle with this, because it has a lot of pigmentation, so you can go overboard. But if you do like this, like a wash of color, then it looks really nice. And this highlighter, I'm going to use a tiny brush, and I'm going to focus this right here. And then I'm gonna grab like a brush like this. I'm gonna run it over the areas that I like. I'm gonna be using the setting spray, and it has a weird smell, but it's not bad. So you see how everything got melted and it looks more like my skin. And then I'm gonna do my favorite mascara, which is this one over here. I love it so much. Just gonna do a couple layers. This lipstick, which is called Super Fabulous, and then kind of like work it with my fingers. Alright, so this is the final look. As you can see, my face looks pretty much flawless. Look at this. I do still see my freckles, but I don't mind, because that gives me the natural effect. I already applied the rest of the makeup, which you already saw. You know, like a very natural makeup to go along with it. I've done very bold looks, and when you have a very bold eye look, keeping your face, the rest of the face, kind of fresh and natural like this, it really helps to balance the whole look. Alright, so it's been 3 hours and I just want to do a little checkup, and as you can see, everything looks really nice, very natural. Here's a better lighting. So yeah, I've been walking also. I've been walking Lima right here for about half an hour, and it's been 3 hours, so you know, my makeup looks intact. What do you think, Lima? Alright, so we're gonna do another checkup later on. Alright, so I'm just doing another checkup. It's almost 4 p.m. You know, I went to the store, I walked my dogs, and that took me about an hour and 15 minutes. Then I came back home. I was cooking and I just finished, and it's no bad at all. What do you think, Olivia? So yeah, by the way, if you were wondering why I was cooking, today is actually Thanksgiving. I know this video is gonna come out later, of course, but I want to thank you for watching me, for supporting, for liking this video, and for showing me your love. Thank you so much. So going back to the makeup, my skin obviously is not like this, right? You know, I have a little bit of discoloration, I do have redness, but this looks pretty nice and natural. It looks perfected, but it still looks like my skin. And actually I can breathe, right? Like I can feel like I can move my face and I don't feel like it's pulling. I don't feel like I have like a heavy layer. It's pretty comfortable, this foundation. I'm going to my sister's house later on. I'm probably gonna add some sparkles and probably intensify my cheeks, but I think so far this is pretty good. All right, so this is my last checkup. What time is it? It's like almost 10, so it's been 12 hours, and I mean, for 10 hours this is pretty much it. And honestly, I don't think it looks bad at all. I just came back and I realized I was about to wash my face, but I wanted to show you my last checkup. I mean, it's not natural lighting, but still you can see how my skin looks. It looks good, I think. So yeah, it is very long wearing for sure. Alright, so do I recommend this foundation? And I would say personally it works for me. I really like the finish, I really like the performance, I really like the feeling because it's very light. I don't feel like I have something on my face. Regarding the color range, I truly believe Charlotte Tilbury put a lot of effort trying to include everyone. And that's, you know, that's to me very special because I believe everyone should have the same opportunity. I do believe that the secret about this foundation is to use small amount and also prepping your skin very well. And by prepping, I mean have it clean and very, very moisturized. That's going to be the two main factors that is going to help you to get a very flawless application. I really hope I help you to choose the color that is right for you. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below. I'll be glad to help you. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share with someone that you love so you can help me to create more content in the future. And I will see you until the next one. Bye bye.